So I remember about a year ago, I think, I reacted to one of this guy's videos, OnChain Gaming. Now, if you know anything about anything, OnChain is obviously related to blockchain. So this is going to be interesting, especially when the title of the video is I Lost Millions. Grim Reality of Web3 Games in 2023. I was just scrolling around on YouTube finding something to do, and this popped up. And there's two reasons for me wanting to record this today. One being, I unfortunately haven't posted a video in over a week because I went and had 2 wisdom teeth out and I got dry socket, which is, if anyone's ever had that before, let me know in the comment section. It's excruciatingly painful. Apparently after 3 days, you're supposed to start getting better after you've had wisdom teeth out. Whereas I got worse after day 3, and it's just been progressively worse for like 4 days, and my face is literally just excruciatingly painful, which is not very good. And the second reason, because I've got a sponsor in this video, so we're going to go to that now. If you want to play a good MMO, check out today's sponsor. Albion Online, a cross-platform sandbox MMORPG that released initially in 2017. Since then, they've released update after update, each one bigger than the last, and building out a game that has managed to captivate millions of players. The game has a bit of something for everyone, whether you're a PvPer and you want to create, join or destroy empires with a territory control system, engage in open world or instance PvP, a crafter who wants to dominate the player-driven economy with your goods, a gatherer who wants to traverse the map extracting resources from the land, a fisherman, travelling merchant, whatever it may be. Albion has something for everyone. One thing I always say, there's no better time to play an MMORPG than the launch of a new one, or in this case, the fresh start of an established and well-received one. Albion Online hasn't had a fresh start server since its release, but all that's changing. Very soon, they're releasing a new East server based in Singapore, servicing the Asian region. A whole new audience can play with low latency, and for anyone outside of Asia, you can also play the fresh start since there is no region lock. So, if you want to play Albion Online, there has literally never been a better time to do so. Anyone that has followed me for a long time knows I endorse this game because it is one of the better MMOs out there. So click the link in the video description to go check it out, and thanks to Albion for sponsoring this video. Okay, now that's over. Hopefully you enjoy Albion, I enjoy Albion. Let's watch Cryptobro loses millions, one of my favourite topics, to be honest.
Crypto games are not in a good place. The industry overall is not in a great place. Things are bad enough.
I mean, that's a fucking drastic understatement. I mean, if you've seen the news coming out, it's just big company after big company. Hack, failure, bankruptcy, fraud. It's just, I don't know how it could be in a worse place, to be honest, unless Bitcoin literally went to zero, which is still a possibility. I don't personally think it will do, but it's been crazy over the last couple of months.
Enough that my brother Aaron, who works as an agent for OnChain Gaming, had a tough conversation with me 2 nights ago about how he believed we weren't helping people by promoting NFT games. He believes...
Is this self-awareness or what? Of course you're not helping people by promoting NFT games. What I'd like to know is, how the fuck do you make a living?
OnChain Gaming...
Because I was looking at his channel earlier, and he's got 129k subs, and he gets like a couple thousand views per video. And he doesn't post that frequently, like 4 videos a week. That's like 10k views in a week. That's not money. So I'm curious, how does this channel make enough money to not only employ this guy, but his brother as well? And maybe more people? Stuff like this just has never made sense to me. Is it really like just a bunch of sponsorships or affiliate links or whatever for crypto? Because if it is, you can definitely have objective opinions about things while having affiliates. But if your entire channel is, I'm going to promote NFT crypto games to you, and the only way I can live and make money is if you want to buy it. At that point, I don't think you can be objective. Like, I just don't. But, let's continue, I guess.
Video games themselves are an unfulfilling pastime, and crypto games...
Wait, what?
themselves are an unfulfilling pastime.
No, they're not. I love video games.
And crypto games just add economic ruin for players while removing the redeeming fun that games used to have.
Oh my God.
As much as I wanted to write him off, the facts of the moment are undeniable. Nearly everyone I told about Axie Infinity, which was millions, likely lost hundreds of dollars if they
this is the thing though. How do you sleep at night doing this? Like, I just don't understand how you can promote a video game as an investment to people and then know that potentially millions of people have lost thousands of dollars each, potentially hundreds of dollars if they played. If they got in at the very peak of Axie, it would have been literally thousands of dollars to play per person. How do you sleep at night knowing that you did that? That's why these like financial advice channels, it's fucking wild. And I know you could just say like, oh, look at this thing, and then people don't necessarily have to go and buy. But when you present it as if like, oh, you know, you're going to make a bunch of money, that's where you really cross the line for me. It's the, are you realty special?
Participated in the game. Or Gala Games, the biggest sponsor of OnChain Gaming, an ecosystem.
There we go. So that's how they make the money. Okay, there we go.
I really believe it. Gala Games' main ecosystem coin Gala has crashed 96% in 2022 alone. Alluvia, another game I'm very excited about, has a coin ILV that's down 96.2% in 2022 alone. Star Atlas coins are down over 97% in 2022. Star Atlas sold hundreds.
Can you imagine any other timeline where you've been promoting some of this shit for years and you've been like, oh guys, get into this is the future, down 97% value in 1 year, 12 months, 97% value down? That is fucking insane. Jesus.
Of millions of dollars in NFT ships, then lost half their runway in the FTX collapse.
I remember this because I didn't know about it until somebody linked it to me a few weeks ago. I was having a discussion about something unrelated on Twitter, and somebody told me about this, and I looked into it. And when they announced on Twitter, like the CEO announced on Twitter, like, oh, we just lost like hundreds of millions of dollars in FTX. People in the comment section of their Twitter were just like, oh, really appreciate the transparency, man. It's like, what? How are you appreciating transparency? What you shouldn't be appreciating is that somebody who you've given hundreds of millions of dollars to make a game lost it by having it there for just what reason? What reason was it there? Why wasn't it just being held and used as developer funds? Why would it need to be on FTX unless they were just trying to, you know, earn revenue from that money? Like, it's just irresponsible.
This talk with my brother made me take a step back and think about the impact that we're making on the world. While true that being in a bear market means almost everything purchased in the past few years looks like a bad investment right now, it's important to continually reassess, think about things on a fundamental level, and periodically make sure you're still on the right track. Yesterday, my whole team sat down together in person to discuss what made us excited about crypto games originally, whether our core thesis about their potential superiority over traditional games still seems true.
He's just like you, but way better.
And we also discussed what went wrong with many of the crypto games that we've covered in the past, and what impact we want to have on our viewers and the world as a channel going forward. The core reason OnChain Games are exciting is because for the first time they give us gamers ownership rights to the digital things that we use daily. But forcing ownership rights onto things that we never use doesn't matter. This has the potential, though, to unlock economic opportunities worldwide, but the blockchain is only a technology. It's amoral, not a good or inherently bad thing, and it can be used in ways that both make games better for players and in ways that exploit players and ruin the gaming experience.
Which is 99% of on-chain games, right? There's, I know in the last like couple months, I've not really been doing what I was doing like 4 or 5 months ago, where I was going in and playing all these games. But at least then, which is not a long time ago, there was nothing that I played that was even remotely what I would compare to like even indie games that you can get on Steam for $10. Like they just add, they're like 20 years behind normal games. The monetization is worse because they're almost always pay to win. Like that's the problem with a lot of them. The foundation that they start on is just not compatible with gamers. Like just imagine if as an MMORPG fan, the foundation of it being released was before the game's even made, all the land is owned by other people, and you're not going to be able to play when you get in, like play with this stuff that's like cool, like owning houses, owning land, having good characters. You're not going to be able to have that because these people just shit in their hand and threw it at a wall, hoping that somehow that was going to, you know, have a good result. And then they're the ones that hold these things that they're then only going to sell for millions of dollars because this is the next big thing. Like, it just doesn't work. It's not compatible with gamers, full stop. And anyone who thinks that that is a viable way to make games is not a gamer. And they're not making games for gamers. They're making essentially just one step away from a Ponzi scheme. And the only people buying into them are people who don't want to play the game. They just want to earn money. And all these little mini-game things that release, like Axie Infinity and things, they're just fucking shit. They're just shit. Nobody cares about them other than making money. And when that's all there is, as soon as the money dips, which it always does, because if you know anything about crypto, everything follows Bitcoin, follows the trend. If Bitcoin is down, everything else is down. There's no like long-term viability to any of this shit. It's just basically depression simulator of things are going good, everyone's buying. Did you buy yet? Oh, everything's gone down 97%. Amazing. It's just shit. It's terrible.
We must recognize the existence of countless bad blockchain games and bad ways to build games on chain. For example...
Oh, and by the way, I'm not saying that, like... Again, I know you don't need blockchain to do this. You can just do this full stop. Steam already does it. Example I always give when I make this point. Owning, like, if a game just sold cosmetics as NFTs, and you just own those NFTs... I'm not really against that all too much. If the game's good, I don't really fucking care. Like, I'm not going to be playing the game to make money from it. But if it was basically CSGO or Dota, but instead of only being able to sell for Steam market currency, you can just sell to other people for real money, for skins that you earned, or open loot boxes and got, or whatever shit monetization we already have in gaming, just allowing you to make money instead of Steam currency without selling on grey markets. If that existed, I'd be like, whatever. Like, who gives a fuck? It's not drastically worse. It's not even really worse than what we've currently got, so not a big deal. But most of them aren't that, obviously, because what they want to do is make as much money as possible up front. And the only way to do that is promise returns for these people that are not gamers. That was what I was getting at earlier and just forgot to make that point. The only reason they do it this way is because they know if they just say, oh, you know, this game's going to come out eventually, maybe, you know, maybe it'll be good, maybe it'll come out, but we're only going to sell you skins. Nobody's buying that. Nobody's chucking combined hundreds of millions of dollars at that because they don't think those skins are going to, like, even if the game releases, they don't think those skins are going to, like, 1000x in value because everyone's looking for a moonshot that are these early investors, if we're going to call them that. So they go for the, like, low-hanging fruit of, you buy this land and it's a fucking pyramid scheme, basically. You get in early and then everyone who comes in later, you earn money from them. Like, that's how it's done, which, again, isn't a game.
The idea that everyone can take more out of an economy than they put in is an obviously false idea. Someone must spend for someone else to earn. Promoting games like Axie Infinity that promised returns for all was an obvious misstep. Not immediately seeing an obvious Ponzi scheme for what it was a credibility-harming mistake. And I must learn from mistakes like this in order to never repeat them. This self-assessment that we went through helped us come up with a new mission statement for OnChain Gaming going forward. Our purpose with this channel is to empower gamers by accelerating the adoption of healthy digital economies. From here on, this is the standard that we will hold ourselves to with each piece of new content we make. And it's the standard we hope you will all hold us to as well. The industry has not discovered the best practices for creating healthy on-chain game economies. Not yet, but truly understanding and explaining each crypto games economy and giving advice to developers and viewers about how to build long-term sustainable economies is going to be one of my main focuses on this channel in 2023.
I don't think anyone fucking cares. Realistically, who cares? Developers don't. The ones that are doing this. 99 times out of 100 developers that choose to get in on blockchain gaming at the moment are getting in for one reason and one reason only. Why would they care about this guy's opinion? This guy who spent years already telling people buy into Ponzi schemes and making money from it. It's all good saying now, oh, you know, I done fucked up. I contributed to perhaps hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people losing money based on my dogshit advice. It's all good saying that now, but what does that change?
Many crypto games dropping in 2023 will be fun, mostly thanks to Gala Games, but my goal is
my sponsor. Mostly thanks to my sponsor, by the way. Not mine, not his, obviously.
Making sure they're also sustainably good for both players and developers in an economic sense. Moving on, it's important to remember that economic cycles don't last forever. We will go into another bull market in time.
It's just shit financial advice. It's basically like saying history has to repeat itself and crypto has to go back up. It's the thesis of line goes up. And it always will. It's just not yet. And it's what about when line goes down and never comes back up, which does happen. Bankruptcies do happen. People stop using technology. People move on. Things don't recover sometimes. That's life. But I never hear any of these people actually say this realistic fact that this is not a guarantee. Nothing in life's a guarantee. And a speculative market that has lost so much money and has caused so much damage across the planet in many ways over the last few years, saying that's it's definitely going to happen. I just don't. While I think it will do, because I just have that feeling. Telling people that obviously, I'm not going to give bad advice, blah blah blah, and then just saying like, crypto's definitely going to go into a bull market again. It's just shit. It's just shit.
Promise. The Fed will turn dovish and crypto will have its day in the sun once more. Things can always get worse in the short term, but now is likely a great time to be dollar cost averaging into your favorite crypto gaming projects and many stocks as well. Finally, we need to talk about sponsors. I understand that many viewers distrust some of my takes because games sponsor OnChain Gaming. So I have to make two things very clear for you all. First and foremost, we will never accept sponsorships from projects we don't believe in. We say no to around 5 to 10 sponsorship offers for every one that we take. Our mission to empower gamers by accelerating the adoption of healthy digital economies means we will never promote a game or company that doesn't align with our mission or that's making an unhealthy or exploitative blockchain game. Second,
so you'll never be fucking doing them then, because they all do.
I hope that because of this, You guys will celebrate when great projects sponsor our content, as it means more content for you guys.
Ooh,
and if
yeah,
we can make
baby.
a sponsored video about a game that I want to cover anyway because it's freaking awesome, then that is awesome for us and you. I'm sure many of you watching have never ran a YouTube channel yourself, but unless...
No, I have. I've ran 2. I have. I've even got a sponsor in this video. 1, I can 100% stand behind because it fucking exists. It's playable and it's a good game.
you want to do everything yourself, including research, script writing, thumbnail creation, recording, hours and hours of editing, translating, and dubbing into 4 additional languages, uploading and timestamping the videos, every piece of content we make has a fixed cost. I used to do everything myself as I was starting on YouTube. For the first 10 years of YouTube, I did it all myself, but it was crazy. And you could not publish as much content and as high of quality content as we do on OnChain Gaming if I was a solo team. But because I do have employees, it means that I lose money making every video that doesn't have a sponsor. Thus, if I were to only make unsponsored videos, I would go bankrupt and this channel could no longer exist.
Yeah, because your videos don't get any views, mate. Like, I've had, this is the first sponsor I've accepted in 7 months. And I don't go bankrupt making videos, and I have employees as well. But my videos get views generally. So it's not like that's a fact that you need sponsors. You just need to make better content.
More sponsors, on the other hand, then mean more content for you guys. So I hope you all can understand the situation that I'm in and that you guys can start celebrating when we get to make sponsored content on great projects, because it's good for everyone.
I'll be right there.
Because of teams like Gala Games, Illuvium, The Sandbox, and even Axie Infinity showing us what not to do, I've never been more confident that the blockchain can make gaming more fun and more rewarding. If you want to learn what I think are the 10 best crypto gaming projects in 2023, click this video on the screen now. Trust me, if you're curious about the NFT gaming space, there is no better video to give you a taste of what exciting stuff is being built. Until next time, everyone, have fun roaming.
I'll give you a sneak preview of a taste of what blockchain gaming has to come. Just don't shower for 4 or 5 days. Eat some really spicy food. For you Americans, you could even, have a Taco Bell or one of those ones that's notorious for making you just absolutely explode. Go do that, and then just rub your hand in your arse and just smear it on your face. Lick your lips, and you'll have a taste of blockchain gaming to come. You don't even need to watch that video. You've got a taste right there. You can recreate it yourself. But yeah, I think that'll do it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Peace out.